because we discussing. But if we ain't come together talking about nothing, and nothing come over the roster, and nobody, there's no continuity there of really
Assalamu alaikum. I apologize to interrupt. I am not hearing anything. Maybe I should hang up and call back in. I see Brian's mic is open, but I don't hear anything.
I mean, but I've lost all until you just came on. I lost all
Okay.
contact.
Okay,
There's
because
no
I was
sound
hearing
whatsoever
Nate.
coming on, and
I mean, not
now I don't
Nate.
hear anything.
I was
Brother
hearing
James.
James. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
but
hearing
I don't hear
James.
anything. And when I switch over, I cut out
Uh-huh.
completely.
So you're at the group setting or no?
No, no, I'm not.
Oh, so their mic is muted. Okay, let me unmute their mic. Okay,
Okay.
alhamdulillah. Hold
Now
on, hold on.
Sister Martha,
Yes? Mm-hmm.
how do I put my hand up? I see your hand is up on yours, but
Okay,
I don't see
on the
any place to
bottom,
put my hand up.
you should see reaction if you don't have a raised hand figure.
No, I don't.
Okay, you should have reactions, a heart.
A heart? Where would that be?
It's down at the bottom with chat and
Okay, now I see. Now I got you on full screen. Then now I see a hand,
okay.
but I don't see James and Nate
Okay.
anymore.
And okay, you have to click on the participants to see their name, but their mic is
Yeah,
muted.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I tried to do with James. I can see him, but the mic won't unmute, so I can't hear what
Yeah,
he's
so that
saying.
means being that. Let me reclaim host, and I can unmute the mic.
Okay, and then I'll be able to come in. You
Yes,
said about raising my hand. I don't see.
correct.
Okay, I see it. Once I go to you, full screen on you, I see the hand.
Okay.
Once I
Now,
leave that
now I'm
screen,
gonna
I don't
lower
see the
my
hand at
hand.
all.
Let me see. Make sure I'm lowering my hand. Now your hand, I don't see your hand up.
No, I haven't touched it yet. I on the
Oh,
screen
okay.
I'm on now, there is no hand. That's only I can see you, I can see James, I can see AM 36 American Muslim 360
Mm-hmm.
on my screen, but there is no hand.
Okay, no, you have to go to the reactions, and then
See,
it'll give you
I
the.
don't have any of that on my screen at all. I have
Okay,
that
where
before.
are your choices?
That's what I'm saying. I don't see any choices at all on here.
Click on the screen itself, and the choices should appear.
Okay, then it says start video, mute. Oh, participants. So if I click participants,
Now, no participants. That's just to show you who's there. Go keep. What's
okay.
that? What else do you have?
Oh, I have reactions, share.
Reactions. That's reactions. Click on reactions.
Just hold on, it just went away again.
Just click on the screen, and it'll pop back up.
Okay, so when I click oh, there it is. It says raise hand.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be raised, and when you're done, lower the hand.
Okay, because the last time I was on
Okay.
here, last time I was there, but the time before that I didn't do this. I was just there. I just spoke directly to
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't know where you are, but it's raining pretty good out here. But um, if I just raise my hand, then they'll see.
Yes, they should see your hand. I'm going to reclaim host so I can.
But I can't. Yeah, I can't hear them though. That's what I'm. That's what
That's
I'm.
what I'm going to unmute. Let's see whose mic is
Wally.
make host. Okay. Walee's mic.
Yes.
Let's see. We did not have sound. We're
I mean,
live
yeah,
on
I was
Brian's.
hearing it, and it came up and said we do not have sound, and then the sound went out.
Okay, that was okay. I hear it now. I hear them. Walee's phone. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah, your mic was muted. Could you all hear Brian and me speaking?
Yes, I heard you. We can hear you.
Yeah, but your
Okay,
mic was
alhamdulillah. Now
muted.
I'm
I don't
gonna.
think anybody heard you.
The whole
Yeah,
time,
your mic went
y'all can
muted.
hear me the whole time.
Nope.
No, well, at the beginning, but when you were speaking about no continuity, we heard that, and then it went soundless.
Okay.
But we're good now. Okay, so I'm gonna step in the background.
Okay. Okay.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Walaikum assalam. My brother, did you have a question? Did you was your hand raised?
Is that me, brother James?
Yes, sir.
No, I didn't know how to do that. It didn't come up, and Sister Martha
Oh,
was
that's
of a
Brian.
great
Okay, I'm sorry. I
assistance to
didn't
me.
check what it
Yes.
was.
So I just want to know when it's my turn.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We'll let you know.
Yeah, something came up, so I won't be down there.
Yeah, okay. All righty. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this phone to Nate in a few minutes. So again, we have to come together as brothers. You know, we got to somehow. I guess we got to just come together, just demand a meeting because we got to sit down because we can't keep going on day after day, month after month, year after year, with no structure. No structure. So we got to. That's something maybe we have to work on. You have to go to leadership that this we have to tell them something. We got to have a we got to have a meeting for the men so we can develop strategy how we can make this brotherhood strong. You know, come up with some activities that we can do. You know, because aside from the Juma, and then first thing I think start with Juma. That got to be structured right so we can hear some good information coming every Friday over the roster. You know, dealing with community concerns, brotherhood building. You know, because if we can't get the men together, man, if we can't come together, I mean, we pretty much just go to the graveyard and start digging. You can't kill yourself. That's on Islamic, but you can go dig the grave. Some kind of something. You got to do something. You know, because this day in, day out, month after month, year after year, and we keep doing the same thing. That's something they tell you doing it like that, man. So you're crazy. You know, so we just have to we got to get our heads together. You know, now we got to have some we got to have this. It has to be some changes. You know. I just say we can start with that cook bar. Get some clear direction at least every Friday coming over that roster. You know, at least in the second part of the cook bar. You know, what's going on with the community? What's the state of the men in the community? What are the men doing? You know, what are we doing in terms of dealing with the outer community? You know, what kind of strategies do we come up with as the people come into the community? What are we telling them? You know, what's the structure? What's the strategy? Only way we can find out. We got to come together and talk as men. And that's almost that's mandatory. I mean, that's an emergency. You know, what I mean, matter of fact, we're an emergency board. You know, we this stuff got to get done. I mean, it's we as the men now. We have to come together and talk and find out how can we make this community, how can we become more responsible and make this community better. So, assalamu alaikum. I'm going to give the phone to Brother Nate Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Sure, it's now.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks, Brother Jay. Nate Muhammad, Allow Industry. Do for self. I'd just like to comment on, in accordance with James talking about, the oneness establishing the brotherhood. You know, we can go back years ago when we had the brotherhood set up. And I can only say that the community wasn't ready for us yet. That's the only how it didn't go on. Now, we got pushed back, way back. And now we got the opportunity today to reclaim that whole platform. We can't force it, though. We can't go demanding anything. We're not the aggressor. We don't do anything from aggressor unless somebody attack us. We have to it's a natural approach. Let it come to us. Let us come. There's no compulsion. You can't force nothing on nobody. Our ideology or what we want, how we want. We have to just ride the tide. It'll present itself. You understand? And when it do, we're prepared. And what make us prepare is that we done it before. That made us prepared. I'll always show you something. He always prepare you for something before he put it on you. So you have to sit back and say that period we went through, that was an introduction, a preparation. Maybe we might not like the outcome of it. And of course, a lot of us, including myself, didn't. But we had the imam there was always reminding us, you understand, that be patient and don't be the aggressor. I couldn't help it. Like I mentioned last week, as James was talking about with the brothers, with the community, I happen to be in the community around them. And you can always feel the pulse of what direction, what's going on with the community. And from that process of back there when we was trying to establish the brothers, we had another, I guess I can call it a school of thought, came into the community. And what we have, I keep saying, it's a silent war. Nothing physical, it's a silent war with ideology. Who ideology is not the best, will fit the situation. But Bias already have done this. Our ideology is already set up for it. And I don't make no noise on it because I know I'm dealing with a lot of people that never done this before. And we have done it. So I'll sit back and be patient. I don't sit back and beat myself on the chest and I'm the man, I know what it is, y'all even do what I say or else. No, I stay humble. I stay humble. And as the imam said, that don't do the others what they had done to you. And just stay in prayer. Because again, we still run back and say, Allah's in charge of this. And we have to move and do it the way Allah put it. Not the way it ain't up to me. I'm not the one. I don't feel the pressure to be up there and say things and stand up and get the mic and make a lot of noise. I don't feel pressure to do that. Because I stay patient because I understand who's in charge of this. So I humble myself and stay, and if the brothers ask questions, I tell them. I tell them about our experience. You know, they can tell that I already been around it because of how I move around there. We know how to handle the brothers. That ain't nothing. But if you got our school of thought, and I wouldn't say Middle East, I would say not Salafish, but it's clashing. It's clashing about who they say is right. I say, Mr. Salafi, brother, you want to lead with your prayer. I lead with my commitment first. I don't lead with prayer. Prayer is a vehicle for me to help bring about my commitment. But I have to have a commitment, a purpose, or else I can't be consistent. They say there's no consistency around the masjid because there's no commitment. There's a bunch of rap. There's a lot of prayer. We make prayer 5 times a day. Everybody, yeah. The masjid is open for prayer 5 times a day. But after the prayer, it goes back to blank, nothing. Oh, y'all got this. Y'all got this. Allah gonna bless y'all with your effort. And I usually tell them, I don't want to hear that. That's a cliche. I need help. Then let's talk that. Don't give me all that. I like a sentimental thing. Come on, man. I don't need to feel sorry. I'm not ashamed of what I'm doing. I'm doing this because I want to do it. I already know we already got our blessing. If we done been around and bear witness that Allah is Akbar, we done got our blessing. That is our blessing. To bear witness that Allah is Akbar. And that's all that matters. And then we can continue and move on to bring about a change in society, just like the same change that you brought in on yourself. It all starts with you or us or the oneness of ourselves. Imam Bilal used to always say about being in charge. He said, I'm already in charge. Because he said, I'm in charge of myself. And I said, wow, that's great. I'm in charge of myself. As long as you're in charge of yourself and do what you think, you see what's right. It's all that matters. Because why? All they have to do is look at what you did. Your actions speak louder than your words. They already can see it. That checks everybody all the way across the board. This is what we want to do. This is why I'm coming right back to why our destination has always been designed around being halal. The main Purpose of all this is being halal, a wholesome atmosphere, a wholesome brotherhood. The structure that we build is designed to stand the test of time, just like the religion stood the test of time. The 5 pillars holding up the religion. And the first one was that 5 pillars. It was the commitment, our declaration of faith, our commitment. That's the first thing. Then we brought about the purpose of our prayer is a vehicle to help us bring about our commitment. These are all part of the 5 pillars. Our charity, our fasting, and our Hajj. All of that designed to bring about your commitment. Man gets what he strives for. And if he's not going to work for anything, he's not going to get it. We can't sit back and wait for something to fall out the sky and bust us in our head and grant us 3 wishes. We can't wait for that. We have to sit back and make it happen. We got to get in, the brother always say, yeah, well, everything moves, Allah's in charge and with his permission, yes. But if we ain't going to do nothing, we ain't going to get nothing. Please see us sit up here and show us whatever road we're on, if it was wrong or was it right, he show it to you. And so you can correct it on your way if you're sincere. And this is why, as James said, the brotherhoods had to get right back together. We the ones going to have to rise up. But it can't be with no emotion. It has to be with a conviction. Because that's what helps withstand the test of time. Because the Lord said we're going to be challenged. We've already been challenged with what we know. We thought we should have been way ahead of what's going on now. But no, that's not what the Lord wants. We have to sit here and adjust our character and our personality with the flow, the way Allah moves. Not the way I move, he moves, they move, but with Allah moves. That's what we have to do. And if it takes another 10, 15, 20 years, alhamdulillah. Will we be around to see it? Alhamdulillah. But at least we'll have our name. Just like we speak about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we speak about Imam W.D. Muhammad, they speak about James Bashir, Nate Muhammad, Wali Bilal, on all of us. Yeah, them brothers did that. Them brothers was instrumental in doing it. I remember when they said, this is how we go. Hey, there's some of the things that the Imam Muhammad talked about, and it's just now coming to fruition right now today. And this is when he first came in. So it's always a journey that we have to partake in order to get and establish what we want. I want to be in accordance and be in line with the 5 pillars, because that done proved to me it's strong. It's strong. And when we come back with the brothers there that always want to do things with prayer, I don't argue with them. I just say my piece and so be it. I'm out of the move of arguing, debating. I could care less. Because why? We done been through this already before. You don't even have a clue what I'm talking about. You have to get the guts to submit to it. You have to submit to it. And I tell them, if we're going to do anything, let's lead with our faith, not with our feelings. And if we trust Allah, trusting anybody else, wouldn't be no problem. Because the law is going to manifest everything in front of you. And if the person is shaky, you'll see it. If the person is consistent, you'll see it. You'll see it in your actions. How they always say, actions speak louder than words. All you have to do is watch them. Read the signs of the creation as the law created everything for you to pay attention to. We put our emotions in the way, we get blind. We can't see. And we don't know if somebody is real or unreal. But if we lead with our faith, and how Allah said, how you going to lead with your faith? By humbling yourself. Humble. And Allah manifests everything in front of you. And then you can sit back and judge how you want to deal with them or how you want to deal with it. And any way you want to deal with it, Allah already prepared you to deal with it or how to deal with it. So that's why I say that it's an ongoing struggle, but it's a good struggle. It's a good struggle because we understand what's going on. Before, when we first went through it, we didn't understand. We were just going through it. And then, we might have been subjected to our feelings, have emotional outbreaks and stuff like that. Yeah, not today. Because we know exactly what's happening. If it was meant for us, if it was meant for it to happen back then, it would have happened. I know it's going to happen this time. You understand? Because we withstood the test of time. And it's almost like it goes full circle. And we done seen all the things that not to do, what not to do. We done seen them, what not to accept. And we done seen them. Now, when it comes to around the full circle and it presents itself again, then we take charge of it right away. Right away. We become that protector and the maintainer again. You understand? But this is the Lord doing. This is not my doing. You know what I mean? If it was up to me back then, I'd probably fail. You understand? I'm just happy that we had brothers that was around us that we could always talk. We always had the ear of each other. So that's what cool and calm and made everything smooth. That's what I mean by being in charge of yourself. If you're in charge of yourself, no matter where you go, whatever you do, you're going to be in charge of it. That's the very important thing here. And this is why I spend the time within the masjid for that purpose there. Because I'm surrounded by a lot of people that don't know. And I don't stand around and think I'm better than them. I'm humble with them. You understand? But whenever we get a chance to talk, I elaborate to them. I tell them the history. I tell them what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and let them go home and think about it. You understand? Some come back around and say, look, I'm rolling with y'all, with you or with the brothers there. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. That's Allah doing. There's no, I didn't force nothing on them. I didn't give them no alternate. I didn't try to buy them. You either do this or else. Don't come back around. That's compulsion. There's no compulsion in the religion. So therefore, you have to be an example of what you're talking about. You just can't just run off your mouth and just on GP. And when they see that, no, I see you here all the time. And anything that's going on within the community, you're here. You understand? That speaks louder than anything. Because I see you in action. I don't have a problem listening to you, trusting you. To me, that's leading with your faith. That's to me. That's how I read that. You know, that conviction. Now all we have to do is how many you have, it doesn't matter. You understand? You just deal with what you got. Whatever what you got, just deal with it. Don't worry about everybody, how many we got. Just take what you got and make the best out of it. Where did we learn that from? We learned that from growing up as Negroes. Take the best what we got and deal with it. Make it happen. Make the best of whatever you got. We did that before. That's why I'm saying a lot of them prepared us for all this. All this. No thing that, hey, us as a people, we just have to get to that point where we can sit there, as James said, we can sit there and talk with each other. And talk about your situation. You'll find out. Even though everybody's different, but we're the same. And we're only different in personality. We're not different in condition. That same foot kicked you, kicked me too. Kicked all of us. You understand? Then we had to figure out a way how you can stop to get that foot from kicking you. Get that foot off your neck. We have to lead. Or be able to lead with what Allah said. and neutralize all that. If we go out and we move off all this from a halal disposition, a halal approach, that would neutralize everything out here. Because majority of everything out here is haram, the way it's set up. And we can't deal with it under their methods, you understand, because they can always put their foot down on it. But if you come halal, everything's starting off at the same starting point. They can't, and if we definitely, our whole criteria will be wholesome, our whole approach. Everything clean and right. They wish and they thrive on us doing wrong, being wrong. That gives them the green light to stand over top of us and command whatever authority over us. But if we change our approach, lead with the oneness of Allah in the brotherhood, because everything in Islam is meant for us to do it as one. There ain't no individual in Islam. It's always collectively. And what gave me that I came to that conclusion when I was on Hajj. You had all these Muslims from all over the world standing up, bear witness of Allah's Akbar. That there told me right there, all over the world, different language, different complexion, different physical structure, bowing down to Allah. That told me right there is meant for us to move as one, collectively, together. And if you go back to our slogan with the halal industry, the first thing we want to do is unite, come together. Then we can do for ourselves to build our model community. So that can tell you right there, we're on the same pace. We striving. This is our destination that we've been striving from, coming out through the Nation of Islam, to be halal. Strive to be halal. We won't get halal unless we move as one. We won't be halal until we can do for ourselves. We won't be halal until we can have our own community that function in the way Allah has set up for us to do. These are the things that's been promised to us. That's the whole thing about that really gets me. We was promised that if we bear witness to it, if we work, if we strive. And the Lord told us it's not going to be easy. You're going to be tested. He told us he's going to be tested. And you're going to have to be willing to withstand the test, that same test of time that the 5 pillars go through, the 5 principles go through. Use those principles to build anything that we want. Anything that we want. And that's telling you this is how we build structure. We have to get structure right now. Right now, there's no structure among us because we're busy running off our mouth. We pretending to be something that we're not. We have to sit back and look at our situation and deal with it based on our situation, not based on how I feel or how you feel or what somebody said and what you don't like and what dream you have and all that. No, don't want to hear that. Let's deal with the reality. The Muslim Journal this week, the Imam was on and he was talking about dealing with senses, common sense. And it's all we've been talking about common sense before. Everything is built around common sense. It ain't built around how you feel. Oh yeah, I don't like that brother. I don't like what they did to me 10 years ago. He called the police on me. So I got a thing against him. No, we can't get nothing. We can't build nothing that's halal with that mentality. That is one of the mentality that's holding us back. That's stopping us from progress. And you have to look within yourself to see that. I can't make you do it. All I can do is give you a word to the right, share with you what I do or what I see. That's all I could do. I can't make you do anything. You got to come to that same conclusion on yourself, within yourself. How they said everything starts with you, and it's going to end with you. You know. So, but that's why I say it's important that we build the spirit, and we sit here and we can thrive off of each other to help fortify and build this model community based on halal. Then walking into the industry part of it will be easy. They'd be sitting there waiting on you. What took y'all so long? I was waiting on you. You know? Yeah, I seen y'all coming down that way, but I don't know, you took a turn to the left or a turn to the other right. Yeah, we seen something a little better. But our destination is the same, building a halal. That is our only way that we can deal with this society with a halal approach. You going out here and we rubbing elbows with all these people, ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to get in bed with them, sell your soul. You're gonna have to do everything against our will to function in this society the way it is. Look at it. Look at all this stuff that's going on. Everything is cornering the market, and everybody is against the people. Allah want to raise the people up. He want to strengthen the people. But everybody else want to beat the people down, use them to get anything and everything out of them, and then kick them to the curb. And when they finish with them, they kick them to the curb. We got in here, you know, I happened to been, had to go to the doctor and had my little annual physical and all that. And, you know, I'm looking to the doctor. I said, Doc, look, what's my numbers? Give me my numbers, my vitals. He said, oh, yeah, but that's a little high, just a little high, and all that. Yeah. Well, you're going to have to take all these pills. I ain't taking no pills. Because I understand how we got there. You know? Now, if that don't work, then I'll listen to you. But first, I got to do what I see fit to do. First. That right is given to me from Allah. Gave me that opportunity to make my own decision how to deal with it. Allah upgraded my mind. And your mind is nothing but a problem solver. It solves problems. You feed it, it gives you a solution. It gives you some information. It's very informative. I can't look at this society to do this. You understand? Because they don't have the people best interests at heart. So I already know that. And the doctor, he found it. Yeah, all right, Mr. Muhammad. All right. You know, because I wasn't budging. Because I understand when I go through it, I just want to see the numbers. I know what's going on in my life and what I'm doing, and I can correct it. If anything is wrong, I can correct it because I know where it started. This is why I was saying that these things that we share, we can share with one another how we go about doing things. We just don't go to the people and they can tell us any old thing, say any old thing without our knowing it. This is why it's important to pay attention to the signs that Allah created for us. Read the signs of creation. The flag, read in the name of your Lord. Read with the name of your Lord too. You know, because he's showing you everything in front of you. As long as it's in front of you, and you can talk it out. By talking it out, you're putting everything out in front of you. It's not held inside you. It's coming out. It's right in front of you, and you can deal with it. I can see what I'm talking about. That's right. And this is how we make things happen dealing with the brothers. We have a platform here at AM 360 that we can share our wealth with everyone, those who chose to listen. We ain't here to browbeat you, shame you, and all that. We here to share. Because this is how we build continuity, as James talked about earlier. We build continuity by sharing our wealth and putting our heads together. And this is like Imam Muhammad said, that lead with what Allah said, do things in shore. When we sit down in shore, we can converse with our ideology based on our experience. Not no way out stuff. Yeah, I was just figuring this out. I read this, I seen a commercial, and you come running something back on us. No, we need something that you can back it up with something concrete. You just can't come in here running off your mouth. You understand? As they used to call him a lit professor back in the day. You understand? No, this is real. This is real. And we the one have to understand that it's important that we bring about and share this with the people. Look like I see a hand that's up. Whoever that's hand up, the mic is open. Is that
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Nate.
Oh, that's Brother Brian Ali, the professor.
How are you, my beloved?
Fine, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Can I step in here for a moment and just give a few words?
All right, look, at 6 o'clock, we want to read the announcement at 6 o'clock. And then right after the imam gonna come on, and then you can come on and give us your few words. How that sound?
Just give me the indication when I should come
All
on.
right, I sure will. I'll do that.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
You are doing well, brother.
Alhamdulillah, through the grace of Allah. I can only be what Allah showed me. You understand? I'm just sharing with you what I see.
And I'm concurring. You are Nate Muhammad, the one and only.
Watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Yeah, but it comes right back to how we want to go about doing this. We done been in the midst where we was introduced to brotherhood from the Nation of Islam. At least I was. The fruit plaids, the brothers meeting, all that. So I was indoctrinated into that. Into that. And I really appreciated it because we accomplished a lot of things, and I really enjoyed it. And then as we got with Imam Muhammad, we took it a step forward. We learned how to be more pleasant and approachable to the people because we were with the nation, we was rough. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know, we were rough, we were rigid. You know, and the Imam mellowed us out. In a sense where the people seen the change. They recognized the change, what they was looking at. And that's why now, why do we go through all that? It's a transformation that we always got to encounter. Life is all full of transformation. And we can run from one stage to another. And we can always look back and tell you what we went through from that stage. That's why I tell people, you ain't got to tell me about what we went through and how we went through. All I have to do is look behind me. And there's the history of what we done came through. I'm talking about moving forward and how we're going to get to the next level. And how or what method we're going to use to get to the next level. As I say halal. I say halal. And I'm going to always say halal. That is the road for me, for us to go. With Allah's permission. That's right. Because this is based on how we want to do this shit. See, how much time we got there? James, we're going to read this 5 minutes. Yes, sir. All right, that's Nate Muhammad here, the halal industry. I'm going to give the mic to James to read some announcement, and then we're going to go into the Imam Muhammad lecture. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Brother Nate. Assalamu alaikum. American Muslim 360, the #1 Islamic radio station in the nation. Support Muslim Journal digitally or manuscript or both. Muslim Journal is 60+ years in existence. Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry Do for Self with your host, Imam Wale U. Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal's Inc. and co-host, James Bashir, Nate Muhammad, and Brian Ali. The interest of Bilal's Inc. is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build the model community. Mm. Support Graceline community in their efforts to educate on financial literacy and promote financial functionality. Why? Historical disparity primarily amongst the medium, low to no income persons. CW, CWSC Model Community National Resource Directory. The MCNRD is where you can connect with resourceful people willing to dedicate volunteer hours to assist you in your efforts of nonprofit or for-profit interests. Individuals with more social concerns can connect you with our Volunteer Human Resource Network. CWSC's VHRN information can be shared as to who, when, and or where to get the service you need.
You just heard the announcement from James Bashir. And I just like to, while we waiting on the Imam Muhammad, mention that there's going to be a 50-year anniversary weekend to present or the remembrance of Imam Muhammad around August the 1st to the 3rd, the weekend of August the 1st to 3rd, 2025, here in Philadelphia. And we are looking for those who could make it. Feel free to come down and let's hear your journey. Let's hear your story. See, I'm interested in your story, you know. Okay? I'm interested in your story. You know, I'm not interested in you trying to teach me the religion because I get through your energy. That's what I like to hear. I like to you know, tell your story. And we got 50 years of stories. So we got some stories to be told. And we're looking forward to hearing from you. Even though it might be individual, but once we collectively put all that together, we got a direction. We have a direction where we want to go. Yeah, we went through everything individually, but once we put it together, through sure.
A different nation.
Oh,
Are different nations for us to
all
despise.
right. This is Nate Muhammad.
And when we get acquainted with each other, we will benefit from
You're mute.
and appreciate the differences. Our nation is a different nation. From that of China, and others. Our nation is different. And then but when we come to know each other, we find that they have benefits that we can use. And we have benefits that they can use. And coming to the world table, to the global table of acquaintance, the global table of acquaintance, where we are getting acquainted with each other. We can go from that global table back to home much more richer than we were before we sat with each other at the global community. The richer we will be. and the Jewish religion. We look at the trends, the global trends, and if we are people of faith following Scripture, we will try to benefit from what God has said of the future times that are coming, the ends of man's efforts and planning, the conclusions that we are headed for. And God says, ultimately, these conclusions are going to be fair and just conclusions. Fair and just conclusions. We shouldn't look at events in the life of a nation or in the life of this globe separate, taken out of the context of I have not lost respect for the United States of America. After rejecting it, I was born and raised in a society that rejected it, so I was born being nursed by the teaching of separatism and rejection, refusing to accept the United States as a government that we would value or should value. As I began to think freely, and remember God says, think. In the Quran, God says, think, for surely thinking brings you profits, benefits. As a thinker, I began to study America's life and history for myself and come up with an estimate of its value to society, to human beings in society for myself. And I couldn't judge it by what occurred in its history to make my father
Hmm.
Nothing. It says the video is stopped. Done speaking. I ain't.
Hello?
Let's come back. Brian,
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the people.
No, I can't hear anything. That's what I was asking. I can't hear anything. Wait, there it is.
If you know God,
Echo.
intended for the unity, you will feel that is as much an
Bad
obligation
echo.
on your safety, on your community.
What's up, Nate?
On your fingers. And
Jihad. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, brother Nate.
You all right?
Yeah, just like the tape went off.
You told us that marriage is half of your religion. To marry is half of your religion. Why is that so? To marry is to accept the social.
The echo.
Hello? Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, there's no sound.
No sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sister Martha came on and said there was no sound. She's not hearing anything. Perhaps
We're
they
not
need to
hearing
stop the
anything.
transmission. I know, perhaps they need to stop the transmission or the tape of the man Muhammad and move on.
You're right.
I just don't know how to get to them to say that. But she put it on the screen that she's not hearing anything as well.
I thought I just heard Nate.
And I think you just saw him.
No, right now I got it. I got it all the way to the left. I've got it where you turn the speaker on or turn the speaker off. I mean the microphone. Right now I'm unmuted.
Strive in my suffering. God has answered it with
All right, there it is.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully they realize.
And I've come to know that we have no power of our own, just what is said to us in the Quran. We have no power of our own. We are not in command of these things. We are just the instruments of God. God is doing everything good, and we are nothing but his instruments. Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum.
Still on mute.
Assalamu alaikum. Just heard from Imam Muhammad. And with this standing, we wait for Brian Ali. Are you ready?
Yes, yes. I didn't hear
All right,
you. I haven't
Brian.
heard you for the last 15 minutes though.
All right, there. This is Brian Ali, the professor.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamualaikum. And I want to thank the brothers once again for allowing me to come on the air
All right.
and to share a few words with you. And I was listening earlier today as well about what they were saying, and I think that some of the things that are being said can be addressed very simply, very succinctly. And hopefully this is being recorded. I'd like to hear it myself once, but it came to me, and it came to me so strongly just the other day. And it is something that we're confusing two words, two adjectives. And because we are confusing them, it is affecting how we act. It's affecting how we act and how we react. And we react instead of responding. And what it is simply this, is that we're always told. Hello? Hello? There's an echo. Wow. Are we ready? How about now?
How about you keep talking?
I hear
I can't
you.
hear you. Hello?
Yes, sir. I hear you, Brian.
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, let me keep talking. I keep hearing feedback and an echo.
Yeah,
It sounds like my voice has gravitas, but it doesn't really have that kind of impact. But what I was talking about is two simple words. The one word is nice and the other word is kind. Both adjectives, but nice is pleasant and agreeable and satisfactory, being good natured. That's nice. But kind is having or showing a friendly, generous, and a considerate nature. Considerate nature. There is a difference. We are always being told, be nice. Well, that's not nice. Be nice. I don't think we should be nice. I am not nice. I am kind. That's how we humans were created. Nice is temporary. Nice is when people are watching, when cameras are rolling. Kind, kind is a part of who you are. It's your nature. Kind is permanent. It is who you are. It is who you were created to be. We have to stop trying to be nice and be kind. Nice gets taken advantage of. Kind gives you an advantage. Nice is something you do. Kind is who you are. Allah did not create man nice. Allah created mankind. You are yourself when you're kind. You are not yourself when you're trying to be nice. But you are when you're being what you were created to be, which is kind. You are being exactly the kind of being you were intended to be. Nice is sympathy. Kind is empathy. Nice is looking right. Kind is doing right.
Like, make sure the child's all right. He locked him up.
Nice is I wish. Kind is I will. The current administration in the White House is always talking about someone is not nice. They're not being nice to me. They didn't treat me nice. Yet they have never been known to be kind to anyone. We can stop the pretense and start being ourselves. If we will only be ourselves, we will begin to galvanize attention from those outside of ourselves that have the capacity or the desire to join on with us. That's when we will get the true unity that we have been seeking. Again, nice is looking right. Kind is doing right. Nice is I wish. Kind is I will. Shaitan is nice, making promises to our father Adam. Oh, you can have this and you can do that if you just eat of this tree. Allah is kind. He answers our prayers. That's kind. Nice is questions. Kind is answers. Nice is pretense. Kind is intense. In other words, nice has the pretense of doing something for you. Nice has the pretense of being your friend, pretending. Kind is intense. Sometimes people can't hear the truth, and you have to speak that truth. You're being kind to them when you tell them the truth about a situation, about themselves, about someone they care about. That's intense. Nice is I want to. Kind is I intend to. Nice is selfish. What is in this for me? What can I get out of this? If I tell you something and tell you you look nice, what will you do for me? Kind is selfless. It is not concerned with any reward or award. Kind is your nature. We have to go back to being kind and stop trying to be nice. In slavery times, the house Negro got to be in the house because he was nice to boss. He looked after boss as good or better than boss looked after himself, and his children looked after him. But the field Negro was kind, and he looked after his kind. He looked after his brethren, his family. He wasn't nice to boss because boss wasn't nice to him. It's not nice if you stop beating me for one day. That's not nice. It's kind if you treat me like a human being and let me be and set me free. That's kind. We have to start first with ourselves and let me be. Start and with our children. And let me be. Start. And we will be kind to each other and considerate of each other. We were put on this earth to be vicegerents of the earth. That means we are to consider the earth. When we make our decisions, we are to consider each other. When we make our decisions, we are to consider this planet, this very earth we walk upon when we make decisions about it, because we were put here as caretakers of the earth. Nice is just trying to get something for nothing. Kind is sharing everything with those who share with you. You share your good advice. You share well-being. If your neighbor is hungry, you're kind enough to go over and feed him. He's despondent. You're kind enough to go over and offer words of comfort. It's not selfish. It's selfless. I'm not concerned with me when I'm being kind. I'm concerned with us when I'm being kind. For our own good, we must, and I repeat this, stop trying to be so nice and start being kind. And you will be the kind of individual you were created to be, and your life will change. There is no doubt in my mind that your life will change. Now, some people will say, oh, hey, that's not nice. Why can't you be nice? Wow, be nice. Be satisfied with what we gave you. That's enough. Be satisfied with these crumbs we brushed off the table. Be nice about it. We look after you. No, be kind and look after yourself and your kind. And you won't have to worry about getting a piece of the pie. You will make the pie and enjoy the whole of the pie, because that's what kind does. Nice is I. Nice is me. Kind is us. Kind is we. We can be kind to each other. We don't have to be taken advantage of because we're told to be nice. And we're told to be nice to people who are not nice to us. Because, oh my, you should be nice. And then someone brings a weapon to a school and shoots children and teachers, innocents. And then the people who knew him say, oh, I don't believe he did that. He was so nice. Because nice is a pretense. Nice is temporary. If he was kind, it would not even enter his mind to come and shoot up innocent babies and children. We are not being ourselves when we try to be nice. Try to accept the unacceptable. Oh, go along with that. Come on, be nice. Go along with what's happening. That would be nice, but it would not be kind. Because we are the kind of individual who is considerate of other individuals. But when they do wrong, we must stand up for humanity because they're done wrong. And we can't say, oh, they had a bad childhood. Oh, this went wrong, that went wrong. No. We have to be kind. And the truth is kind. Even if it hurts a little bit, stings a little bit, it is kind to you to tell you the truth. A lie can make you feel fanciful and free. It's nice if they gave you a reward or an award, but Allah does not reward an award. He blesses you, and no one can take that away from you when he does. So all I can say is, if we are what we claim to be, and if we're intending to be what we wish to be, what we will be is kind and not nice. I repeat, I am not nice. I am kind. A man named Muhammad is not nice. He is kind. You don't believe me? Come down to the mosque sometimes. It is all in our wording, and it is all on what we say. And if we're not aware of how we're talking to each other and get a better control and a command of the language, we are still miscommunicating, and we're still misunderstanding what needs to be done. So some people believe they can just come, oh my, I just need to make the prayer, and that's it. Well, I did what I was supposed to do. Well, isn't that nice? But kind is giving a helping hand to those who can't do, or helping those who are doing do more. That's kind. In closing, I just want to say and overemphasize this if I can. We have to stop being satisfied with people who are nice. Politicians come around all the time being nice, telling us lies, sweet lies that we want to believe. But once they get elected, they aren't nice anymore. And if we are kind enough, we will see that, and we will elect people who are of the same kind of mind that we are, and we will get what we need to get. We will be where we need to be, and we will do what we need to do. But if we keep up with the pretense of nice, we're going to stay stuck where we are. We're going to keep getting the results that we got. This recent election showed us just what happens when someone comes and you say, oh, isn't he so nice? No, he's not. And be kind enough to yourself to recognize the difference between nice and kind. And we will get the kind of world that we deserve. Right now, we're getting what we deserve. And it's hard to say and it's hard to see, but we are getting what we deserve because we are pretending to be nice. We are trying to be nice. We're making an attempt to be nice instead of intending to be kind and show consideration for the world and for ourselves. So with that, I would like to leave you as I greeted you with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hello?
And I hear you. That was Brian Ali, the professor of the halal industry. Do for self. We look forward every week. I know he comes to the table. You understand? Everything well written out, thought out. And I enjoy every minute of it. You understand?
Shukran, beloved, shukran.
Yeah, because it ties right into reality. And he's sharing his wealth with you. And he's very good at it. When we used to be in the conference room, he will come in. I was picking with him, but he would come in with all his papers. That's why I start calling him the professor, because he came prepared, and and you can tell he enjoyed what he's doing and what he's saying, and it come across very, articulated. So we look forward to hearing from you every week, Brother Brian.
I mean, I appreciate you.
Keep up the good work there.
I appreciate
right And right now, if anybody have any questions, statements, and comments, feel free to raise your hand and we'll bring you on as soon as possible. Right now, we want to read some announcements with James Bashir. So this is Nate Muhammad again, the halal industry.
Assalamu alaikum. James Bashir, halal industry. Join CWSC today. Go to cwsc.us and click on Join CWSC. Do not forget to click on the blue donate button while on our website.
7 o'clock.
Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry, Do for Self, with your host, Imam Wali Ayub Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal Zinc, and co-hosts, excuse me, James Bashir, Nate Muhammad, and Brian Ali. The interest of Bilal Zinc is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build the model community.
I don't have no way of
Yes,
raising.
that was James Bashir reading the announcements. We thank him. And before we get or forget, we wanted to thank the sisters behind the scene, Sister Martha and Sister Sherry. They're doing a very, very, very good job. And you just seen how Sister Martha handled the situation with Brian and corrected the situation in no time. I thought that was very good. You understand? But I also talked to Sister Martha, and she went through the same procedure and dedication and sharing her wisdom. And we have to recognize these people, you understand, for their effort that they intake.
That's right.
You don't wait till something happened to them and we gloom and doom them. No, give them their props right now, today.
That's right.
Sister Sherry, we had a couple little problems. You heard all the echo with the computer. She cleaned it out in no time. So this is what we need to make our job a little easier. And we thank those who be involved. And, you know, we want to just sit back, too, and elaborate, too, on some of the things from Imam Muhammad said and Brian said in all of the making. He said one thing that hit me is about America. And he's standing up for the welfare of America. Not in the way it is, but I say if we stand up for America with a halal mentality, not from the way it is. Right now, we see all the wrong, or we detect all the wrong. But if we approach it with the halal approach, we can right those wrong. We can't right the wrong under them right now. This is what I was saying. You have to be equal to them. You have to come to the table with something already on your plate, not looking for crumbs, no hand-me-down. You come in there and say, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do. Oh, this is what y'all want to do? Oh, well, how you know that's going to work? No, you have to go look at it. Oh. And then you go see it and say, wow, maybe y'all might got something. You know, if we coming in here and everything that we do, approach it wholesomely, with a wholesome, we're going to get that same kind of effort back. We come in there, Slick Willie from somewhere around Philly, we're going to get stuck by. We're going to get stuck by. And we ain't going to have nobody to blame but ourselves. But if we walk in wholesomely, upright, fair and honest, we're going to get something wholesomely back. And they're going to be fair and honest with us because they can't get around it. And if we come under them, they can come around us because we don't see them. But if we come more upright with them, we can see everything that goes on. And this is why it's important that we want to bring about the halal. I believe that is the formula how to deal with this society, to me. Now, somebody else, you got something better or whatnot, I'll submit to it. But right now, the best thing I see is being halal. Nobody can't sit up here and tell you how to be right. You're going to create a problem for me, and then you're going to stand over and tell me how to be right on it. No, you can't be right. I remember coming up when we was working out in construction, and the Caucasian guy said, I feel sorry for the African Americans and the Hispanics or Latinos. He said, because the deck is stacked against them. So that means, you done lost before you even started. You can't function under that manner. All that's going to do is spin you around, and then here you're going to sit up here and try to explain something. It's just like you used to get a bill, the old cable bill, with hidden charges all on it. And you have to prove it to them that they wrong. No, we can't function with that. That's Iran. This is what I mean by, but if you come up with the halal approach, this is where we're going at it. Give me something simple. Give me what I paid for. Don't give me what you slide in on me. That's what the man was talking about back then in the late 70s with the subliminal seduction, how they hook things up. That's right. Lied to you right there on the screen. But this is why I said we can't come lying in a halal disposition because we have to be fair. We are told to be fair and honest with the people. Because that's who we're dealing with. We ain't dealing with the structure. The structure don't come till later. That's why we was talking about the halal industry. The industry America is the industry. We want the people. We want to upgrade the people, the status of the people, the mentality of the people, clean up their heart. Because society been tap dancing all on their heart, got them all messed up. Mm-hmm. And then we ain't got nobody again to blame but ourselves because we won't take the initiative to want to find out what we dealing with. We gotta want to do this shit thing. Nobody ain't gonna make you. Yeah, well, I wanted to understand the condition of the people that we got to deal with. You go get people, they go to come to work for you, and you got to go through all kinds of changes just to deal with them, to get them to do whatever you paying them for. Society conditioned them on that. That's not something mankind did. Society. They're only a product of their environment they come from. And if we understand the environment that we came from, we set up everything to combat it or to deal with it. This is the whole purpose of it. We're dealing with a bunch of people that they think they are on top of the world, and this same world is crumbling. And then they're gonna sit up here and justify their action. No, halal. That's what we want. We want halal. We want to establish what halal. But we have to learn. We have to practice. We have to establish halal in our hearts, not in our style of dress. You understand? I don't know how you dress halal. I mean, moderately, yeah, but you got to establish in your heart, in our heart, and how people will know that you coming halal. Is how Bryant was just said, not coming to you nice, but coming to you kind. See, all this ties in with the same thing, that the direction where we're going at. We all have a piece of this little pie to take, and we putting our little 2 cents together to make a dollar. Okay, we can't beat that with a stick. If we work to move as one, establish everything in a unified manner with Allah's name first. We have to do all the trials and tribulation we encountered, whether they was good and bad. We got to take the wisdom out of it and leave the rest alone. If we got pain out of it, that pain ain't going to help us. You understand? the advice, the wisdom, what we got out of it. If it's positive, we can always deal with positive. We'll go back and listen to each other and talk to each other. And like I said earlier, oh, I can't stand that joker for what he did to me. Hey, let that go, man. Let it go. If we go halal, we let it go. If we go halal. Now, if you going haram, go on back there. I ain't going back there. I ain't going backward. You know, I'm want to progress. A lot of people don't see. They told us what we going to do. We don't know what to do. I know what to do. Let's go halal. No, don't sit there because if you ain't gonna go this here, you going backwards. You're gonna bounce off the wall and go backwards. I ain't going there. I already know what's back there. What I want to go back there for? You already know what's back there. I don't know what's around that corner, but let's go see. It's not just, I'm not just doing it by myself. It's Allah and me, or Allah and us.
There you go. There you go.
That's what we have to go by. And if Allah promised that this success, as I said before, it could be right around the corner. We just have to ride it. We just have to go see. And this is the whole purpose here of the halal industry, is to bring this thing to your attention. We already got just about half of it done, because we can sit up here and identify and recognize halal. Now the other part is just doing it. And how we want to go about doing it is that you have to unite.
Yeah.
That is our approach. We want to unite and to do for ourselves, to be able to take care of ourselves, to guide ourselves. Nobody going to bother us if we decide to go and do it that way. Why? They probably say, about time y'all standing up on your own 2 feet. You understand? We applaud you. And anything that we can do, we'd be glad to help you. But if you come under them, they're going to put their foot on your neck. Now you sit up there and you try to figure that out. You put that notion, you see both ends of it. Which one you want to do? Do you want to go under the foot, under your neck approach? Or do you want to go and be respected from mankind? Because it's always going to be hard work and it's going to have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. Can't be afraid to sacrifice. And what the number one thing we sacrifice is? Our attitude. If we get past our attitude, we'll be well on our way. Society has been very, very, very progressive to keep us down through our attitude. We have to rise above it because they're using that as a tool to hold you back. I was sitting there listening to, looking at a YouTube how the police grabbed the guy and pushed him down after he submitted to their command, but they threw him down and said, "Stop resisting." He done gave, yeah, I submit to you guys, but you're gonna tell me I'm stop resisting. Now he said that so it can be recorded. Now the people that don't understand or don't know nothing about it, they're gonna read, "Oh, we heard the guy said you were resisting." Yeah. But this is the game that is being played with words. With words. But a lot of times, if you get yourself out of that position, they can't do that. And if you're moving as one, they can't do that. They can only do that to you when you're moving as you want. If you're moving as one, no, wait a minute, man. We can't use those tactics no more. We have to approach it different. This is why it's important that we want to establish everything, the brotherhood and everything within the community. But it has to be allowed in our oneness, or else it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We're going to be right back where we started from. You know, right back where we started from. Nothing. Crying the blues. And Allah didn't mean that for us to be that. He's bringing everything to our attention where we can rise up. stand up on our own 2 feet. And we done came a long way from the slavery aspect, from nothing to this point here, right now. Here we sitting up here glorifying Allah. That is remarkable. Then if you want to call that a miracle, I can accept that. You understand? We done came from nothing to God's man, standing up glorifying him. That journey is a heck of a fleet that we done encountered. And we can sit back, and this is probably why the people don't think mankind don't see that or don't know nothing about it. Don't think they don't know. Don't think they do not know. They see every bit of it. I wonder if these guys, the so-called African American, maybe the Muslims are the one that can rise up and help mankind. You understand? Mankind don't want to take advantage of us, but if we ain't gonna do nothing, they gonna say, hey, that's just like you walking down the street and $100 bill blow in your hand. And you look around, where'd this come from? I guess it was meant for me. Put it in your pocket. That's the attitude they get. Well, if y'all ain't gonna do nothing, we gonna play you. No question. And you can't get mad at them for that. So it's up to us to sit up here and stop pointing the finger at so-called oppressors and stand up and reestablish ourselves as a human being with Allah's name.
Hello.
That's right. Everything built around our criteria of oneness, wholesomely from a halal disposition. It's very, very, very important. And this is always going to be my conversation for me. You understand? Because I see this. And if we can get this thing, if we can accomplish this thing, and we're doing it slowly but surely. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. We build the spirit. We build that spirit up. That this is what we want. This is what we need as a people. I remember back in, what was this? We was with the nation. We was with the nation. And the Lord, or the church, she was a deacon. She said that we looking towards you all. This was we with the nation for the guidance of what we want or for our people. And I never paid it no mind because I just thought took it for granted. But I see what she's talking about now. If it's going to be halal. Yeah, they giving me the choke sign, the zip thing. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. You understand? Don't throw nothing at me now. You have to understand. We got 2 minutes here, and we like to thank you all for listening. And we're going to look forward to here and next week with the halal industry, you do for self. And like I said, Sister Martha and Sister Sherry, you understand, they were very instrumental in helping us as always. And we look forward to working with them next week. We keep that spirit, that same spirit, and we can't help it but be successful. That's right. That's a start. That's a start. So with that, I'd like to sign off with the greetings of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.